Oh, no. Player of the Month Haaland has dropped, and they gave him Enforcer Plus as the playstyle, so I had to complete this SBC. If you've seen my gyokeres review or the TikTok that went extremely viral, you'll know that I love Enforcer Plus as a playstyle this year. Gyokeres has been my favourite player. It's impossible to get him off the ball, so in my head, this Haaland card was a no-brainer. I've played 2 weekend leagues now with this card, but we'll do a quick stat overview and then jump into the clips. So as you can see, he's 6'5" with the lengthy run type, which is my favourite. You get him in behind and you cannot catch up with them. Only 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. Not ideal for your strikers, but with Enforcer, you can press L2 to shield the ball with the player's body, wait for the defenders to overcommit, and then you can roll them and put yourself through on goal, which is pretty similar to what he's been doing in real life. 3-star weak foot, you definitely don't want this on your strikers, but when they've got shooting this good, it's less of an issue. Taking a quick look at his stats then, he's got 81 acceleration, but 94 sprint speed. To take full advantage of that, you're going to want to use your right stick to flick it ahead of the player. This will get him up to top speed, and then with the lengthy strides, there shouldn't be any catching him. He's got 93 shooting, which is absurd at this point of the game. 96 shot power and finishing is just ridiculous. And 97 attack positioning is the standout stat in this column, and I honestly think it's more important than ever. As the game develops and AI gets more intelligent each year, you're going to want high attack positioning for those runs in behind. 85 long shots is really good as well, but long shots aren't really as valid this year. And 92 penalties and volleys. This guy's got his own penalty animation anyway, which you'll see from the clips in a second. And 92 volleys is all you need. Volleys are really strong this year anyway. A player with 70 volleys can score off the end of a bounce pass, so you wouldn't expect this Haaland card to miss. Passing, if you are going to want any of the stats to be good there, it's short passing. 80 is okay, but you're not really going to be using this player as a playmaker. You're going to have him running on the end of passes and putting the ball in the back of the net. Dribbling, obviously not great either. He's a massive player, so what do you expect? He does have his own body type though, which normally gives them a bit of fake stats, which helps juice the player up a little bit. 95 reactions and 90 composure is insane. Reactions and composure are stats that underpin all the other stats in certain situations in the game, so you want these to be high, and this is the main area that you benefit from getting a higher rated player. Defending is irrelevant, but 88 heading accuracy is really good. Obviously, headers are a bit redundant this year, but you'll see from some of the clips that you can still pull them off. And then the physical is where this card really is leaps and bounds above the rest. 93 jumping will complement that heading, but 94 strength on a guy that's 6'5", there shouldn't be any pushing him off the ball. Couple that with 89 aggression, and this guy should be putting up a fight every time. The one downfall in this column is the stamina. Because of how you're going to be using him, constant sprints in behind, you may notice this in the later minutes of the game. Playstyles then, he's nearly got all of the shooting ones. If you could swap any, it would probably be chip shot for finesse shot, but you are going to get into certain situations where a chip shot is useful. Power shot is really not too good this year at all. I didn't use it once with him. I tried CR7 at the start of the game, and I used his power shot plus, and it honestly just wasn't doing much for me this year. Precision header is actually important this year. If you've noticed, when you try and head the ball, a lot of the time it goes over or it doesn't go where you want it to. This trait does really help with that. Acrobatic, again, I don't think I used once, but low driven and game changer are really good. You can actually pair these two up and do low driven Travella shots. They're really broken this year, and the keepers have no chance. Then the big one, the one that I came for anyway, Enforcer Plus. So obviously on his standard card, he had low driven plus, which is broken. If you've ever played against Claudia Pina, you know that. But the way in which I was moving with Gyokeres and barging people out of his way, this is what got me riled up for this card. And then if you're looking to get the most out of this Haaland card, use him as an advanced forward. He gets the plus there. I would also advise using him as a lone striker. In a 4-4-2, you kind of want a striker that's better at passing, so you can pass in from the winger, do the extra pass to the other striker at the back post and score goals that way. However, with Haaland, you are just going to want to be sending him through on a run. If you do use a 2-striker formation, I'd recommend using someone with tiki-taka or incisive pass beside him on a false 9 maybe to feed Haaland all game long. So I'm going to be commentating over the clips at the same time as watching them, and look how strong this card is. You cannot push him off the ball. He's always in the right place at the right time, and his ball control is second to none. You can play a through ball, a chip through ball. He'll always find a way to bring it down and score. Okay, we don't get the goal that time, but I just put it in to show how broken the right stick flick up is with this card. And again, if you knock it ahead of him with the right stick and he gets through on goal, he's rarely ever going to miss. Just wanted to show some of the R1 dribbling here in this clip as well, and his finishing is second to none. He hits both posts before it goes in there. I honestly thought it wasn't going to go in, but like I said, 9 times out of 10 it does. And exactly the same again here. Hits both posts, and that's how far into the corner he's tucking these shots. Again here, showing the strength. That is Enforcer. I don't know why the playstyle didn't come up, and then we flick it past the defender, and the low drivens on this card are absurd. But these clips here are going to blow your mind. This is exactly how you use this card. So that's why I was on about using him as a lone striker, because if you can get a cam behind behind him that can either get the ball into his feet or feed him with an incisive pass. You can then do a big touch in front of you, and it gives them this weird speed glitch. It does with all lengthy players that have high sprint speed. The difficult thing with these players is just getting them up to top speed, but like I said, once you have, you're not getting anywhere near them. I've used players like Mbappe, Vinny Jr., who have like explosive or controlled run styles. Their pace is a lot higher. They get up to top speed really fast. Then defenders always catch up with them. This doesn't happen with someone that has lengthy and really high sprint speed. And in Haaland's case, if perhaps a Mickey van der Ven were to catch up with him, you can just press L2, shunt him away from the ball, you're through on goal, and then obviously with shooting, like you can see here, he's just never going to miss. But just to add to this further, I'm not playing against slow players in this clip. There was a clip against Frimpong. This one here is against Nuno Mendes, who's an electric left back, and he just gets left in the dust by Haaland. But that's not the only way to use this card. You can chest it down from set pieces like this. You can also R1 dribble. He doesn't have technical, but if you get him running head on at defenders, for some reason it's really good. But more often than not, if someone presses this card and goes shoulder to shoulder with him, they're going to end up getting pushed off the ball like that. And again, you're through on goal, he's not going to miss. He's got crazy low drivens. I don't know if it's because he's got it as a playstyle plus on his main card that is even more juiced up, but it feels a lot better than a player like Gyokeres, who has it as a grey playstyle. I don't know, this Haaland card just doesn't miss. And as you can see here, this is the other way to use him. If you're not breaking the back line and you can't get him in behind, you can just stand defenders up, use L2, shield the ball, and then roll them, and you're through on goal that way as well. And as you can see in these clips, it's something that I did a lot. Obviously, you're not always going to get the chance to go in behind, but this Haaland card does move surprisingly well. As soon as you tap that L2, he'll quickly shimmy his body round, and he'll always keep the ball protected. And for some reason, he can turn a lot quicker than his stats would imply. And as you can see here, if you are someone that is a bit more sweaty, likes your wing play, and you get to the byline, a little double tap X bounce pass inside, and Haaland is always going to be there waiting to finish it. Last week in a video, I actually said that I wasn't getting on with Haaland too well in Weekend League. His goal to game record was phenomenal, but for some reason I wasn't enjoying him. But then I learned how to play properly with him, and yeah, I've completely changed my mind. As you can see here as well, heading is insane. That's a keeper coming out to close him down, and he just jumps over the top and nods it in. My Gyokeres card was nowhere near as good at heading as this Haaland is, so it must be the precision header play style. I find a lot that headers go over the bar this year, but with Haaland that didn't really seem to happen. Whether it was on the end of a chip through ball or a corner, he just seemed to always be able to find the back of the net. So yeah, physically this card is just an absolute monster. This is the new end of season Tomori card that just gets pushed off the ball with ease. Then in this clip, Rudiger has a go. He's got Bruiser, which has been buffed recently, but still gets nowhere near it. That clip is Frimpong. You'd expect him to get shrugged off by Haaland, but what you wouldn't expect is Haaland to then pull away from him when he's got 94 pace himself. And then, yeah, we end up coming inside and getting the goal on that clip as well. A couple of penalties here just to show his unique penalty animation that he's got. I put it in top right corner every time. Even if the keeper moves over and dives, he gets nowhere near it. And then just a couple of volleys to showcase that. I didn't get too many chances on the volley, but he's just never going to miss them. But yeah, just to recap, this is exactly how you want to be using this card. Get him in behind. He is ridiculous. No one's getting near him. And if you can't get him in behind, use the body to protect the ball. When he gets in the box, he is always going to score. His goal to game record for the club is ridiculous. So if you didn't catch it at the start, he's scored 103 goals in 33 games. That's 4 goals more than a hat-trick per game, with most of the games coming from Champs gameplay. I used him last weekend in a 2-striker formation. Didn't really get on with him, but he scored so many goals that I wanted to give him another chance this weekend. And yeah, I used him as a lone striker, which is what I'm used to, and he just shines so much more. Funny thing is, his goal per game record was actually probably better last weekend, but the thing is with Champs, obviously in the earlier rounds you do play easier opponents. Haters will say squad battles, but I do try these players out live on stream. My Twitch will be linked in the description if you do want to come and show some support. It would be massively appreciated. And you can validate my gameplay for yourself as well if you don't believe this record. So, the all-important question, should you invest in this card and put 600k's worth of coins or fodder into him? And the short answer is no. So I love this card. He's an absolute beast. but I do think Gyokeres is the better card. So even as a 9.5 out of 10, I simply cannot recommend this Haaland to you, at least on a value for money perspective. If you are a diehard Man City fan, you love Haaland on this game, or Haaland's your favourite player in real life, why not? Go out and grab him. You should be having fun on this game. It's not all about getting to the byline, passing it inside, fidget spinner dribbling with someone like Pina, who you probably haven't even heard of in real life. So yeah, pricing aside, very fun card, very good. But I do think Gyokeres is better. I'll tell you the differences between the two players as well, just to elaborate on that. Haaland's better in the air, his low drivens are better, and he's probably more lethal in front of goal. But you have to bank on creating the chances for him. Gyokeres can create his own chances on this game. He's got 88 acceleration and he's got quick step, so you can get him moving a lot better. But the main separating factor for the two cards is that Gyokeres has press proven as a playstyle and Haaland does not. I honestly think that would be a game changer for this Haaland card. For those of you who don't know, Enforcer is basically the playstyle that allows you to push a defender off with L2 when they get near you, but press proven allows you to run and shelter the ball whilst dribbling, whilst also moving faster with the ball, but with closer control touches at the same time.